Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about the differences between colleges and universities in Canada in terms of the tuition, in terms of the scholarship opportunities available, the application fee, the cost, their eligibility for post-graduation work permit. If you want answers to some of these questions, make sure you watch this video till the very end. Hi everyone, my name is Peter Isesele. In this channel where I make videos regarding studying in Canada, scholarship, applying for school, scholarship opportunities and funding. If these are some of the information you want, kindly subscribe to this channel and like this video so that whenever new videos are released, you'll be the first person to get notified. Let's get started. Now let's start talking about college. I'm actually with my computer now so that I want to make sure I get all of the information accurately. So let's start with colleges in terms of the programs that they offer. So colleges offer basically about 3 or 4 types of programs. The first one is that they offer a graduate certificate program, which is usually a 1-year program. This kind of program that is available for those that have already completed at least a post-secondary education. And then there is a 2-year diploma program. This 2-year diploma program, it can be for anyone that just completed high school, or anyone that completed university or post-secondary education can also apply for these colleges. And then there is the one I will refer to as the advanced diploma. The advanced diploma is a 3-year diploma program. It's kind of almost close to a bachelor's degree, and there are actually some colleges that offer a bachelor's degree. That is quite exciting. Now let's talk about universities in terms of the programs that universities offer. Universities offer postgraduate certificate program, usually a 1-year program, and they also offer postgraduate diploma. Okay, so this is different from a postgraduate certificate. Certificate is basically like a 1-year program that is kind of making you to become kind of an expertise in a particular area. So post-grad diploma, just like a diploma that you can apply for only when you have a degree. So you can apply for a postgraduate diploma if you already don't have a degree. And then of course universities offer master's degree, right? So master's degree can range from 2 years mostly in Canada, and they can either be course based or research based. And then of course universities also offer PhDs, and usually 4 years, but it might take some people like 4-5 years or even 6 years to complete their PhD. Now let's talk about the GPA requirement. In terms of GPA requirement, colleges usually accept low GPA. By low GPA, I mean if you already completed a post-secondary education or university education and you want to apply to colleges, they are not going to be very strict in terms of their admission requirement with the GPA. Okay, even with high school alone, you can actually apply to a lot of these colleges. Okay, so with low GPA, let's say on a 4.0 GPA, a low GPA is usually a GPA between 3.0, less than 3.0 out of 4.0 is technically considered as a low GPA. And on a 5.0 scale, anything below 3.6, 3.7 out of 5.0, it is considered as a low GPA. Okay, so for university, it is very hard for them to accept low GPA. Okay, most of the universities that I know of in Canada, they accept GPA of 3.0 out of 4.0, and then minimum, and then 3.7 out of 5.0 on the 5.0 scale. And in terms of percentage, most of the universities will tell you at least a 70% average in the last 60 credit or 60 unit, basically, which means that even though your first year was not that good, if your third and your fourth year are fantastic and you have very excellent and good grades, it's also possible to get admission into universities. It depends. There are some schools that will tell you overall, okay, those that will tell you 60 credits, so they will start counting from your 4th year. They count your credit. Maybe 60 credit might end somewhere in 300 level. If those are good, you are still fine. Now let's talk about scholarship opportunities. In colleges, there are basic almost no scholarship, no full funding or scholarship available, because colleges don't offer research programs. Most of the funding are available for research programs. So if you're looking for scholarship, a college might not be the best for you. They might offer a little bit of partial funding, maybe like $1,000 or $2,000 on rare occasions. And most of the scholarships are usually available when you have already started the program. So for entrance, you have to think about the universities, because universities are basically the places where you can get all of the full funding available, the full scholarship available, because you have all of the research, masters and PhDs available in the universities. Now let's talk about admission. In terms of admission for colleges, the admission into colleges are not very competitive, and in terms of the time frame, usually between let me say 3 to 4 weeks, you usually get feedback when you apply for a lot of the colleges. But for universities, the admission is very competitive because there are lots of people planning to go to the university. So they really raise their standards. Sometimes meeting the minimum GPA is not a guarantee that you're going to get admitted. It just depends on the quality of people that apply for that particular program at that time point. And in terms of the time frame for admission, once the deadline for admission has passed, usually between 1 to 2 months, you will get feedback for them. So it takes a little bit more time compared to colleges. Now let's talk about tuition deposit. A lot of the colleges, when they give you admission, they usually require you to pay a tuition deposit. Let's say it can be $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $7,000, as the case may be. So they will tell you pay the full first semester tuition, right? So it depends on the school and the program. For universities, it's really rare to have universities requesting for tuition deposit. Okay, it happens, but not very common as to what you have in the colleges. But I would say get prepared. They might ask you to pay. So when you check out a particular university, check out if they will require tuition deposit once they've given you admission. Now let's talk about the cost. This is very, very important. In terms of cost, generally colleges are usually cheaper. Okay, they are cheaper. For cheap colleges, you usually have tuition around, let's say, $9,000 to $13,000. I usually consider low tuition. And then for regular tuition for colleges, usually between 16 and 18,000 Canadian dollars per year. Okay, for universities, if you see cheap schools in cheap universities that are $9,000 to $12,000 to $13,000, those are really cheap schools, right? You can see those ones. I can't mention all the names now, but I'll try to leave some links in the description. And I've done a couple of videos on that, on the cheapest universities in Canada. In terms of the tuition, this is really expensive. For most of the master's program, usually between $25,000 to $30,000. You know, 20, 25, 30, some even up to 40,000 Canadian dollars per year. So think about that. And there are some that require international students to pay a special fee. So when you're checking universities, make sure you check out the cost as well. Now let's talk about the eligibility for if they are designated learning institutes, DLI. A lot of the colleges, to be honest, are DLI, but there are some that are not DLI. So I've also done a video on that, on how to check the DLI. Or if you just want to check, go to Google and type DLI. Okay, click on the province where you're applying to, and based on that province, just select a school, and then you're going to see if it's a DLI institute or not. Okay, so most colleges are. Okay, in terms of eligibility for post-graduation work permit, most of the colleges certainly are eligible for post-graduation work permit, which means that if you apply for a 2 years program, you'll be eligible for a 3 years post-graduation work permit. Whether colleges or universities, doesn't matter. If you do a 1 year program in a college, you're going to be eligible for a 1 year post-graduation work permit. Most of the universities are also designated learning institutes, except few of the private universities. Majority of them are DLIs. Then it is in terms of the post-graduation work permit. Okay, not all of them, probably some few private universities that not all the courses there are eligible for post-graduation work permit, but majority of them are eligible for post-graduation work permit. So it's the same. If you do a 2 years program in the university, you'll be eligible for a 3 years post-graduation work permit. If you do a 1-year program, you'll be eligible for a 1-year post-graduation work permit. Now let's talk about in terms of the documents required for admission. For colleges, when you're applying, you don't need any supervisor because it's a research program, right? So you don't need to start worrying yourself about, I want to get a supervisor. All of these things are not important. And then you don't really need the letters of recommendation for a lot of the applications to most of the colleges. You can just apply right away. But for universities, when applying, whether course-based or research-based programs, supervisors are usually required. For course-based programs, supervisors are not required, except on some few cases where supervisors are required, but on the 95% of the time, supervisors are not required except for thesis-based. And letters of recommendation are usually required for universities as well, unlike colleges. Now let's quickly talk about application fee. Like I did a video before, it's really hard to find application fee waiver in Canada. Most of the colleges will require you to pay application fee, usually between 100 and 150 Canadian dollars. So it might be less or more, but check the application fee of the colleges you want to apply for. For universities, the application fee are also involved, right? There are really no major application fee waiver universities in Canada, which means that you should be ready to pay your application fee. So the question now becomes, which should I apply for? I would say it depends. It depends on what you studied, it depends on your work experience, it depends on your GPA, it depends if you have higher national diploma, just a whole lot of factors. If you are looking for scholarship, university is going to be the best option. If you are looking for easy admission and quick admission, colleges is going to be the best bet. If you're looking for something cheap, you might most likely find cheaper things in colleges, and then for university that's kind of more expensive. So I want to ask you, what are you thinking about to apply? Are you applying for college or for university? Anyone you want to apply for, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section, and then let's have the conversation there. If you have any specific question, make sure you ask the question in the comment section, and then I will do it to answer the question as soon as possible. That's going to be it for this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do it to subscribe and to hit the like button so that whenever new videos are released, you'll be the first person to get notified of my videos. Once again, thank you so much. My name is Peter. I'll see you in this video.